Hi team, Tracey Marley speaking. This is a training on branding online, which may come in handy when you're building an online business. It can save you a lot of time. Let's put it that way. It can save you a lot of time if you've got a simple formula, you get started and you get to see the value of what is possible online, not to be mistaken for if you have a big account, you will become phenomenal at network marketing. I think there is a perception for people that have a lot of followers may have instant success with network marketing as the industry that we're in. If you're watching this call, there's a good chance that you're in the industry of network marketing. But that feeling is false. I just want to tell you that now. Yes, it will help close for you. It will have people follow you and gain influence, but all those other important skills like communication and keeping your group together and teaching skills, they will be what keeps you in business. Okay, so I don't want this to become, okay, if I build online, I focus 5 hours a day on my online presence and then I will become, successful in network marketing. This is just one tool, one tool. And I like to encourage people to build. Yes, if you're watching this video, you're with MPG, with us in our team somewhere, but building online isn't about building MPG. It's about building Tracey Marley or Fatima or Jackie or Justin. It's about building you guys for what's to come, because MPG is not your last step. You may want to release a book one day, or a cooking book, or do a podcast, or so many other things. So always focus forward on the potential of what could be. I checked these figures today. This slide I have done before, and these figures have gone up a little bit, not out of control, but have even increased since I did this slide and wrote these figures in. Facebook, 2.910 billion users. And if you check your Facebook friends right now and have a look at how many friends you have and think about how many you can have, they're capped at 5,000. I'm always at 5,000. It's frustrating. More people can follow you, but to become a friend, so for you to instigate the friendship, generally that has to be by adding a friend. So work your pants off until you have 5,000. That is my absolute number one tip for Facebook. YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. I haven't focused on it like Facebook. I'm 51 soon. I think in my generation, we're Facebook lovers. TikTok, I'm a little bit slow off the mark as well, but TikTok is a phenomenal place to build in. And I think at the end of the day, just pick one and build. Pick two and build, pick three and build, however many you want to, however many hats that you would like to wear, but you can do the same base formula for all of them, but they are very different in their little skills that you will have to learn along the way. Key number one, facts tell, stories sell. It's a cliche statement in our industry of network marketing, but it's just true. It's just a fact. So I'm going to lay out my brand for you. My brand is a single mum who got up and started again. After domestic violence and selling my entire assets at 40, I have rebuilt and I'm more successful and hungrier than ever. I work smarter, not harder. I show my daughter the world and she experiences what endurance looks like, sacrifice looks like, and also a mum who can be anywhere with her as long as there's Wi-Fi. I'm a gypsy, animal addicted, dyslexic, not perfect girl from the bush, and I can reverse park and change a tire. I'm brave or stupid. That's what my dad used to tell me, by the way. I didn't label that myself. Free as a bird with horrific spelling skills. I like nice hotels, bells and whistles. I've hitchhiked the entire Australia in road trains to build a business. My father is part of my brand and been gone for 7 years. I have built teams of thousands of people globally and I love my life. If you follow me, this is exactly what you see daily as I show up. So even if I've been in towns that I don't live in before and I've had people approach me and say, Tracey, I follow you on Facebook or I follow you on Insta, and They will pinpoint something that's relatable to them, whether it's the DV. You do not need a shit story to be popular on social media. I just want to say that because you will see that a lot. I talk about DV not because it's in my forefront of my existence anymore. I don't love it as my story. Clearly, nobody would, but I do repeat the topic because that's important to some of my followers. So I talk about that. Actually, I haven't for a little while. I might run a story tomorrow on that. But a lot of people I'm important to because they're still there, or they eventually want to break out of there, or they have broken out of there because they watched my story. I repeat things even though I think it's not relevant anymore. It has become relevant because people have told me that it's relevant. And your followers will tell you what they like about you, and they will tell you what they want to see more of if you become very good at listening. Listen to what they comment on. So, the shop front, this is your shop front. Now, I always compare when I ask people when they start with me, do you want to build online? If they say yes, I go, okay, let's go to your Facebook. How many friends do we have? The numbers reflect your position. You can either be in a position in a little country town back lane way with how many people come into your store, customers, or you can be in a Westfield shopping centre. Okay, I just want you to think about that. Think about the numbers. But your people, your shop front is in your clients' pockets every day, everywhere they go. You're in your clients' feeds. You are adding value, sharing joy, bravery, heart, comebacks. It's easy. It's free. I have mentioned before on trainings that one of my businesses was an organic cafe, coffee, salad bar, juice bar. The name of it was Gypsy Juice. It cost me $87,000 to open the doors, which is crazy. And the my business that I had Australia wide, which was a modeling agency, the last year of the Yellow Pages ads cost $26,000. Guys, you've got an online business and Facebook is free. Yes, if you boost and pay for advertisements, there's extra expenses, but you can build a very successful business without paying anything and it being free. So part of the branding. I love this question. I love this slide. What am I selling? And the first thing you see is a motorbike. If you look even closer, it's a Harley Davidson. And that is what is for sale. This slide, what am I selling? I am selling, yes, Harley Davidsons, but I'm selling a lot more than that. And those two slides, just those two slides, can sum up so much about social media. Because Harley Davidson is one of the most amazing brands that I'm obsessed with. I love looking at branding. I'm obsessed with how they do things. And Harley Davidson have nailed it. They're one of the most powerful brands for citing the logo and the person instantly knowing what's for sale than there is in the world, just like Coke and Pepsi, right up there with recognizable brand and a feeling. And this is what they sell: lifestyle, freedom, manhood, if you think that looks like manhood, sexy, sassy, style, freedom, all of those things that is pictured here. That's what people are buying when they're buying a Harley. They're buying much more than a motorbike. And this one, what's for sale here? Just let somebody in. What is for sale here? Cigarettes. Now, I can talk about this subject because I smoked for many years. It had hold of me, and I started at 15 because of branding only. Because I do still remember my first one. I was riding a push bike. It was 6 a.m. I stole a menthol cigarette off my girlfriend's friend, my girlfriend's mum. She stole one too. Neither of us smoke anymore. But I actually fell off the push bike. I'm riding along, smoking this cigarette. I fell off the push bike. I got very sick. I vomited. It was awful tasting, but I still continued to do it. Now, I didn't get hooked on nicotine that first time. I smoked because of this, because of the brand, the power of the brand. That's what was around in the 50s. And if you took up smoking because of that first cigarette, because of just the taste. No, I don't know anyone in the world who would have done that. It was because, like the Marlboro guy, I was a country girl. I rode horses, and that guy to me was like, he was like the king. I loved him. I wanted to be cool. The top right hand corner, if you Google a cigarette advertisement in the 50s, you'll see doctors writing scripts with the pretty girl and the short skirt, like on the edge of the corner of the bench. Some of the stuff that we've been fed over the years through branding, that worked. It works. It's selling the style, the fashion, the, again, manhood, the sexiness, the rough and rugged, and all of the things that you see there. Like some of the ads are really too raunchy for me to even talk about on here. If you in your spare time, if you're interested, go and have a Google, because oh my gosh, the things that they got away with. So now, because of branding and the way in which Harley Davidson has nailed branding over the generations and decades, if you see that badge, anyone who watches this video and or is on this call live sees that badge, they see the same thing. They see what the brand has sold. Not that it's yellow, not that it's orange and black, not that it says Harley Davidson. You do get a feeling instantly of what the brand has achieved. And again, the same thing with Marlboro. Marlboro has a style. Valentina and I were driving through the Philippines recently, and in the Philippines, a lot of the time they have their shirts rolled up, and because it's hot, clearly it's hot in Philippines, and they were both smoking a cigarette and just cool. It just looked like a 50s Marlboro ad, the little Philippine guys with their shirts up, as I said, both hot. Now, I posted the picture, and someone put under there, "What's going on here?" And I said, "It's a Marlboro ad for the Philippines." Like it's just here to stay. We won't forget the connection between coolness and cigarettes. So some people will say to me, "But I'm an introvert." An extrovert is an introvert who has had more practice than you, and that is it in my belief. They've read more books than you. They've shown up more than you. They've said yes more than you, have faked feeling comfortable more than you, have led others more than you, and have admitted pain deeper than you, potentially. You are a networker. You are on this call. Keep going and do not look back. So what's for sale here on the left? I know that slide's cut off there, that it wasn't really relevant. I just wanted to have, this is information. It's a picture of Fix. It's a picture of Folvic. What's for sale? The products are for sale. And these days that will not sell. That won't sell on your social media. What's this? What is for sale here? It's exactly the same thing as on the page prior. Exactly the same thing. The end goal is to sell a product, but lifestyle's been pictured. Traveling on, that's it, the Grand Canyon there on the left. Actually, no, it's a rock near the Grand Canyon. Valentina and I in a country there. Travel, I'm selling. I'm selling business. I'm selling being mobile. I'm selling being a single mum, being successful. My chicken's there. I still haven't forgot where I come from. I love my organic food. All of this is presented on social media. My truckies know that I eat raw garlic every single day grated on my food. It's a repetitive, and branding something is repetitive, and you feel silly sometimes, like I only posted that last week. But continuously doing the same things, squeezing the Fix into a wine there, I mean, that's not ideal. I haven't done that many times, but again, it's part of the branding, and people have bought that up. They really have bought that up. Like, I saw you a couple of months ago crack one of those things into your wine glass. Can you do that? It fascinates people that they want to ask about it. There I am with my car, traveling around doing the business. It's all intertwined with my brand points, and I really like to be specific with my brand points. If I'm stuck for a post, we all get stuck for a post. Believe you me, it doesn't just come out of thin air. It might look like it, but it doesn't. And I go to my post and I think, oh, okay, I've posted too much business, so I really need to water it down. So I'll go out the back and I'll grab a chicken and I'll say to my daughter, "Belly, take a photo of me with one of my girls." or the eggs, or I'll cook a meal using healthy things, just to always feed it back to I'm a nutritional, a nutrition loving girl. Okay, guys, I should have said to grab your pen and paper, but by now I'm sure that's what you do naturally. So I want you to write down 4 things that are your main brand. These are mine. I've got 5 there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got 5. So feel free to have 5. And I really try and stick to this. I really, really do try and stick to the groups and be regular with the group. So if I've done health, 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 I'll look down and oops, I need to throw in a business post. I'll put in the mum post. I've got a lot of mums that follow me because I am a mum and a single mum and got up and started again. So I make sure that's filtered through, not purposely like, hey, Valentina, can you brush your hair so we can have a photo because I need it on Facebook? It's not like that, but I am conscious. Every post that I post is conscious to keep up with the brand. To give you an example, I was a nutritionalist to everybody, okay, not specifically truckies. And then I hitchhiked around Australia in road trains to build my brand with the truckies. But I was just a nutritionalist for truck drivers. And as I got around and more truckies got to know me and they were posting me in the truck Facebook groups and saying, hey, this bird's north, she's heading north on the whatever freeway, keep an eye out for her, she'll need a lift, she's doing work with us for nutrition. Truckies would turn up and say, hey, you that new truckie nutrition chick. So they built that. They built my name, and I went, you know what? You're the third guy that said that to me. I'm going to change my whole branding to Chucky the Nutrition Chick. When I hitchhiked the first time, I wore my cowgirl boots and my cowgirl hat because it's the Pilbara and out in the heat that everybody wears that. And I would hear so often by blokes that would pick me up, or ladies, but mostly blokes out there in the big highways. Tracey, do you know that I've never, in 25 years I've been trucking and I've never picked up a hitchhiker, and I would say the same thing every time. Really, what was it? And they would say, I don't know, I think it was the hat, or I don't know, I think it was the boots. So my hat and my boots became part of my brand. I kept it because they trusted me. Don't know why, but that as you get to be intentionally building your brand, keep an ear out for things like that. I love to wear ripped jeans. I get a lot of people who are asking me, where'd you get those jeans? Well, I got them from, you get your jeans from anywhere, you just cut them with scissors. But because I was constantly asked about the ripped jeans, then I purposely had ripped jeans become part of my brand, not just something Tracey wore, but part of the brand, if you see the difference there. So I want you to write down those things and be really strong with what you're portraying, with your topics, like really make it very clear of what those topics are. And as this last slide says, and I'm always the first one to say it, the best storyteller wins. It's not the best journey or the best overseas trips or the best fanciest car or the Louis Vuittons and the shopping and all those things that you do see in influencers content. It's not a feeling, or I don't want you to have a feeling of, yeah, but I don't go anywhere, I got nothing fancy to say, blah blah blah. Go places to add it to your story. Like people say to me, oh, Tracey, you go to all these nice places, so you've got heaps to post. A lot of times I go to the places so I can network and be places, take photos and share it. So you've got to work out what comes first, the chicken or the egg. And the thing that comes first is you being everywhere, documenting it and sharing it if you want to become a brand online. You don't have to do any of these things to build MPG. Like Jim says, and all of you have seen Jim's training, I'm sure. Jim didn't even have social media for like 8 months or 10 months or something. He couldn't even get into his Facebook. And what rank is he? We're all underneath him. All of us are underneath him. Byron's on the right and Terry's on the left. And he's done that without social media. So it's not a necessity. This training is for if you would like to use social media as a tool to contribute to being a professional network marketer, I reckon it's a good idea. I want to show you these two things. These two books really had an impact on me, particularly the one on the right, The One Thing. I was reading that my girlfriend, who was a great network marketer, we joined in the same year in the same company, born in the same year. I've since lost her actually to brain cancer, Kyla. I miss her very much. I remember where I was parked in my motorhome after I lost my dad. I went around Australia for 3 months in a motorhome, and I remember where I was parked, and I talked to her for an hour on the phone, and I said to her, my Facebook just crashed. I had all these live videos with dad, and I was upset, and I was like, how am I going to rebuild? I'm on the road for 3 months. All my social media was ready to follow us. That's how I was going to get round, like life on the road, and people were going to buy stuff off me and all of that. Everything was primed. And I only got to Byron Bay, which was 8 hours on a 3-month trip, and my Facebook was shut. And she said to me, Tracey, you've just got to peel it back to the one thing. And I just couldn't think what she meant. Just read this book, read this book. So I did. I listened to it on Audible. I've got the hard copy here. I love it. It's yellow actually in the hard copy. And that was one of the things that I did with the truckies, and why I went from just Tracey, the nutritionist, to the truckie nutrition chick. And that's how I become so specific online that I've broken the things I love down in such a in-your-face type of a presentation, if you like. So if you're interested in really honing in on branding, these two books are for you. Purple cow means you stand out in a paddock, right? Because clearly cows aren't purple. So I love that one as well. But it was the one thing that changed my life, changed my business, and built me a brand that now I can capitalize on in many different ways. I will bring out a book. I know my truckies will buy it. I've got hats here with my logo on there. They buy my hats, they buy my t-shirts, all sorts of things. So you can think way beyond Marketplace Global and the 3 products that we have. By using Marketplace Global as your income, and you're showing up on these calls and growing and doing your personal development and helping coach teams and be coachable, all of those things are contributing to you moving on and bigger and more and way beyond what Marketplace Global can offer you. This is just on your way to somewhere else in a big way. I've never had a company like it, but I know that it's just a part of where I'm going. So you might as well be doing all of the things so that you can get to a very, very massive place. So I hope you liked that. I told you it was going to be nice and quick and short and sweet, but I will stop the share and stop the recording.